We're getting some more breaking news now. Sources close to CNBC TV News 18 have revealed that Tesla CEO Elon Musk is considering starting retail operations in India by April this year. So in just 2 months from now, company is considering importing electric vehicles from Berlin into India, and sources have further claimed that Tesla has identified the showroom locations at BKC in Mumbai and AeroCity in Delhi. My colleague Parikshit Luthra from CNBC TV 18 is with us on the broadcast. Parikshit, this is happening fast. After that meeting of Elon Musk with Prime Minister Modi in America and also France, this decision, and probably, obviously we are attributing it to sources, but very soon we will have Tesla in India.
There have been a couple of indications over the last 2 to 3 days. First of all, Tesla on its careers page on its website has advertised 13 job roles for Mumbai specifically, and this includes store supervisor, a service technician, service advisor, and today they've also advertised for the position of printed circuit board engineer for Pune. So this clearly shows that they are trying to rev up their operations for India. They are trying to start retail operations in some way, because all these roles that you see advertised, they are for some sort of retail and sales operations only. Having said that, what our top sources are telling us that Tesla is considering starting their sales in India as early as April this year. Why April? Because Donald Trump has threatened reciprocal tariffs on all nations who treat them unfairly in terms of trade. So if, for example, if India imposes 70% import duty on cars costing up to $40,000, then US would do the same on cars coming from India into the United States. So keeping in mind the threat of reciprocal tariffs, not just on auto sector, but across the board, the Tesla CEO and the Tesla leadership believes the time is ripe to start retail operations. So they could be bringing cars from their plant in Berlin, and what they could bring first is their affordable range of electric cars, which would cost anywhere in the range of $20,000 to $25,000 in America. So we will have to include the duty as well. Having said that, what we're also learning is that Tesla has committed to sourcing more from India in terms of components and parts. For this year, their sourcing from India could be as high as $1 billion, and it could go up higher over the next few years. We're also learning that an important interministerial meeting is going to take place in Delhi, where the bilateral trade negotiations with the United States will be discussed. Suggestions will be taken from different ministries. Also, the automotive tariffs and the automotive sector will be a focus in this meeting that is taking place today. What we are also picking up that very soon, a meeting between Howard Lutnick, who is the U.S. Secretary for Commerce, and Piyush Goyal's counterpart, he could be meeting Piyush Goyal very soon to discuss his bilateral trade agreement.
So, Parikshit, interestingly, you were saying that Elon Musk waited it out. It was a very, very strategic move on part of the Tesla CEO to, in fact, see how India could be on the back foot when it is about the reciprocal tariffs, and then only will he start operations in India. Because earlier, there was a meeting that was scheduled of Elon Musk to come to India. However, that did not happen. And right after this meeting of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's with the US President Donald Trump, this sort of conjecture is very rife, because obviously the advertisements you're saying have started. When it is about manufacturing in India, right now what we are learning is of how these cars are going to be imported out of the Berlin plant. So when does that manufacturing start here?
Well, that is indeed the big question. And Tesla has been having an on and off relationship with India when it comes to manufacturing. And this has been happening since 2020. They hired a full team, and that team also moved on. In fact, the Indian government has actually launched a scheme for promotion of manufacturing electric cars in India. That scheme will open applications somewhere around the end of April or early March. And that would allow Tesla, if it applies for that scheme, to import 8,000 electric cars per year at a concessional duty of just 15% compared to 70% currently. So that's very lucrative and attractive for a company like Tesla. But they have to commit to a $500 million manufacturing package in the next 3 to 5 years. Will Musk do that? That remains to be seen. It's possible that he may want to wait it out, first start sales operation, increase component sourcing from India, weigh his options, and then apply for any such scheme or duty concessions.
Right.
And in the meanwhile, he might want to probably negotiate higher duty cuts from the Indian government.
Absolutely. Pariksha, thank you so much for all of those details. So Tesla there planning retail operations, beginning them as early as April this year in India. That's the big news coming in. And with that, we are shifting our